In the last days, there will be a scarcity of men. Many of them will die in wars. Others will not even claim to be men. They will identify as something else, since it is becoming quite lucrative to do so. The Bible tells us that there is coming a day when women will outnumber men. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. Men are in for a time of great suffering, reproach, violence, and bloodshed. Men will kill themselves and others, while women will refuse to associate with them. Given the current satanic takeover of the modern feminist movement, in the last days, the hatred of men and all that pertains to masculinity will hit an all-time high. Men will be seen as the source of all the earth's problems, and the consequences of all that is unjust in the earth will rest largely on one gender. There is currently a war on men, and this is only intensifying daily. First, there was toxic masculinity, but it seems as if the premise is now being established that all masculinity is toxic. This was inevitable, for once people start inventing and defining terms, they get to play God, and at the command of their own will can demonize and ostracize entire portions of society. Today, we are redefining terms that have been set since the dawn of humanity, and there is no place for real men. Men have forgotten what it is to be a father, a son, a husband, and a brother. Instead, it's becoming ubiquitous for men to be confused as to whether they are even men or not. Lord help us. The men of our society are becoming more and more effeminate, and they are being applauded for it. Some men have become multi-millionaires just pretending to be a woman. Obviously, the fall of masculinity is being incentivized. All this is called out in biblical prophecy. The Church of Jesus Christ needs to stand up to rebuild the truth of biblical manhood. We need to reclaim fathers, brothers, husbands, sons, and nephews. I believe that God is going to bring revival to the male community, and man will once again take his rightful place in the home. We, the church, need to stand up and war against the spirits of this final age that is determined to see the demise of the head of the house, the man. As God causes men to rise up, families, homes, churches, schools will be restored and transformed. The enemy is relentless against men because this is where the leadership of the home is supposed to reside. You strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Once there's revival, there will be a deluge of godly men returning to their rightful place. This is possibly one of the reasons why men will be scarce, to the point that 7 women will take hold of one man. The rapture will take place, and that will cause a scarcity of men. Much of what will remain will be weak, ungodly fools who are capable of doing nothing. The ones that are repentant and somewhat masculine will apparently become a prize. I will not be there for that, praise Jesus. So, after men perish in war and from natural disasters, violence and bloodshed, effeminacy and lust toward one another, and then the rapture, the remnant that remain will be in high demand. Although this prophecy is Zion-centric, the details seem to point to it being a widespread occurrence. Today, I call out to all my brothers in Christ. Let us take back our brothers for Jesus. Let us reclaim our fathers. We must fight for our sons. There's a revival coming, and godly men will be at the head of it. Now think about that.
I'm wading through this water, Lord, for better or for worse. In all my ways, I'm putting Jesus first. With love in every line, in every song, in every verse.